Yo, what up? Good morning, GMG. Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. Good morning. How you doing today?
Doing pretty well. It's weird weather here in Chicago. We had like full summer.
It's fucking trash here, dude.
80 degrees. It's like 26 Celsius. Like it was really nice. And then now we're in the 40s and raining again. It's terrible fake out. Kind of feels like this market. It feels like there's a lot of doom and gloom out there. Even with Bitcoin near all-time highs. It's weird. Timeline's weird.
Yeah, the weather here is fucking disgusting, honestly. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. It's just not even fun anymore. You know, it's like 4 degrees Celsius and raining all week long.
Brutal.
Yeah, you know what? I make enough money to have to live in a place like that anymore. That's what I had a mentor once. I told him it's like gets to negative 40. He's like, see, one day you just gotta make money to not have to live in places like that. I'm so over it. But you know what? It'll be done soon. The pain is going to be relieved very soon. And I can't wait. You're right. I mean, the market is interesting, right? We're still in that little choppy consolidation phase. Listen, I wake up and we're still above 105. I'm good. So it's just it's a funky little phase, eh?
It is.
Farcoin's strong. I like it.
Very little, like there's very little market action on a day-to-day basis. Like there's been some pockets about performance, but it's kind of just like a chop. It's broadly a chop market with Bitcoin like decoupled. It's kind of
It's very interesting to say the least. Anyway, so that was the show. We'll go through the market. Our boy Mando's probably going to join at some point. We are going to go through the market. We're going to go through a little bit of this and a little bit of that. With Tyler, given the news, we had the Genus Act bill passed yesterday, so obviously big news. We'll see what happens out of that over the long term. Of course, we'll do a Yeet giveaway. So make sure to sign up to yeet.com. Use the code FOMOHOUR. So yeet.com, yeet.com. You have to use the code FOMOHOUR. You have to have a public account, and you have to have placed a bet on the platform in order to be eligible to win. We gave away another $1,000 yesterday to a lucky coin race winner. So that was a lot of fun. And then last but not least, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what is next. Tyler, you start today. Let's see what you got for us.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler T on FOMO hour calls the kids can't miss.
Yeah, folks, we woke up this morning. Crypto majors were up 2 to 4% in a rapid comeback from Monday's sell-off. But we are dipping a little bit. Bitcoin up 1% here, 104.6. ETH hanging out up 2% at 24.80. AAVE led all alts. It was up 20% on the day. Huge move as its TVL passed 30 billion. I saw AAVE has 20% of the DeFi market right now. So just a massive share. We had the Bitcoin ETFs, 667 million in inflows yesterday, one of its highest recent days. So clear demand on yesterday's dip. DigiAsia Corp, one of the latest companies to announce a strategy, raising up to $100 million to acquire Bitcoin for its corporate treasury. Circle reportedly shopping itself around to Coinbase and Ripple. I think I saw $5 billion as a potential price tag.
Wow.
Potential IPO. So it might IPO or it might do a private sale. So that was an interesting twist. We had JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon announce that Chase will allow clients to purchase Bitcoin, though he still does not approve himself. So a big development for one of the biggest banks in the world. The Genus Act, as you alluded to, it passed a cloture vote yesterday in the Senate after 15 or more Dems flipped their votes. So it will move forward to an official debate, review, and vote. So cleared a big hurdle there. We had the UK Tax Authority announce that starting January 1st next year, crypto holders must provide personal data including tax ID numbers to enhance tax compliance. So more KYC over there. We had India's Supreme Court say that crypto should be regulated and not banned. Also positive news. And then the DOJ, Department of Justice, is looking into Coinbase's recent data breach. So more eyes on that. In token airdrop and protocol news, Bybit became the first crypto exchange to offer global stock trading via USDT, launching with access to 78 equities, including majors like Apple, Tesla, and Amazon. Solana, I posted about this yesterday. Looking at the weekly numbers, Solana generated more than 50% of all blockchain revenue in the past week. So Solana definitely leading the way with respect to fees. Excuse me. Kaido founder Yuhu said that from June onwards, it will also be the BNB for capital formation. So that was an interesting little tease. And then Huma Finance announced a Kaido rewards campaign, the latest protocol to join that wave. In AI, memes, and NFTs, it was a lighter day. The AI market, 3%, 10.3 billion. We had Distributed AI announced its TGE will happen tomorrow. That was an airdrop plus a pre-sale. So there'll be some attention on that tomorrow. In memes, meme coin leaders were green, up about 1-2%. Trump actually led the way, up 6%. The launch, the Believe app ecosystem jumped 20% to 440 million in size. Launchcoin hanging out around 250 million. And notably, 24 of the top Believe app tokens were all green on the day. So big green day for the Launchcoin ecosystem. We had Collat up 40%. That's an RWA tokenization platform on Solana. That was one of the top movers on the day. And then this Solana-based meme, Ponky, they're going to launch collectibles and apparel through a new partnership with J Corp. So that was somewhat interesting. NFTs, I think the headline was out of SEC Chair Hester Pierce. She went on to say that many NFTs are not securities, including those that will pay the creators over time. So there's a lot of eyes on that. But overall, it was a big day of macro news and then a lighter day on the kind of in the trenches protocol side.
Wow, it's a lot. Holy shit! We should start with this Genus Act bill. I mean, yesterday, it's another historical day in the crypto streets. That's for sure. We had about 15, 16 Democrats that ended up flipping the votes from no to yes. Elizabeth Warren, an absolute shambles. You love to see that. She can take her crypto army right back where she found it. That's for sure, for sure. So why don't you take us through that first and the implications of it? I saw Eleanor Terrett's post yesterday. Obviously, she was following that closely. So 16 Dems ended up flipping. At first, word on the street was that it was going to be like a very tight race that could have perhaps not even passed. And then after the initial pre-vote, because DC is the only place where you have to vote about a vote, and then once that happened, 16 people ended up flipping to allow this bill to pass. Like, take us through that.
Yeah, it's a big flip. So for quick background, the Genius Act is the bill aimed at regulating stablecoins here in the U.S. This bill failed its first Senate closure vote last week, ahead of the vote that happened last night, which it passed for the first time, 66-32. As you mentioned, 16 Dems ended up flipping their vote. The reason that they flipped was there was a few key notable changes to this version of the bill compared to last week. So one, there's a restriction on non-financial public companies being able to issue stablecoins. So this is aimed at big tech. Large tech companies will have to go through extra approval processes to be able to launch stablecoins. So this is a provision that the Dems wanted. There's going to be limitations on data sharing by stablecoin issuers, looking to enhance consumer privacy protections, and of course, even bigger after the recent Coinbase data exploit, and then ethical safeguards for public officials. So this is coming after folks like Elon Musk, senior executive branch officials, making it that they are not able to launch their own stablecoins. It notably exempts the president and vice president from this restriction, though. So a Trump stablecoin is still possible via this version of the bill. So those are the three big changes. That was enough to flip this cohort of Dems. I think the reason it matters is people are expecting the votes to stay the same.
Yeah.
So if the vote stays the same in the official vote, then this will indeed pass the Senate and move on to the House.
Apparently, it's a walk in the park after this first part. Obviously, like, you don't want to jinx it, but like apparently it's like first you have this, and then, the rest is much easier.
So big progress. I think it's up for debate on like how big of an impact this actually has. So I think Stats kind of brought this up on the timeline. He had a little bit of debate with folks in his replies of like, what is the net impact here? And maybe I'm naive. I always lean in the camp that this is the type of thing that it's not like an immediate impact day one that it's in the books, but it's just another hurdle that's removed. It makes it easier for companies to operate. It makes it easier to invest in building a stablecoin related product, stablecoin integration, and it just kind of opens up to a larger group of companies and builders, and then just allows you a little bit more peace of mind that these will continue to be around and allowed in the U.S. So still think it's positive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't even know why we're thinking about like why it wouldn't be positive or like why it matters. Like, yo, it just helps. It's just another layer of protection, right? It's a layer of protection for American companies that issue stablecoins. It's a layer of protection for American companies that adopt stablecoins. It's probably a layer of protection for the consumer itself. And at the end of the day, like, it's just like I see Carlos tweet, he's talking about his thread. He tagged me in this thread about his thoughts here. I like it. I think this is all it needs. He says the Genus Act aims to bring clarity and safety to the stablecoin market, ensuring only trusted issuers operate while fostering innovation. It prioritizes consumer protection, financial stability, and AML compliance, but its strict rules may challenge smaller or foreign players. The bill's progress through a cloture vote suggests it's nearing a Senate vote. Stay tuned. Like, that's all it is, right?
Right.
I think like these things, like I see Stats' point, but I just don't think it's the time to be like tinfoil hat. Like, oh, what if like could that be bad, or why does it matter? Like, does it matter for my NFT bag? No, but I also don't care, right? I think overall, like you said, it's like more of a long-term play, and maybe it helps protect from the future Luna with like these weird stable coins. Remember, what was it called? Algorithmic stable coin?
Yes.
Stuff like that. So back then when Luna happened, like, yo, where's the SEC? Where's the American, government to protect us from Luna? And now that we have a law, it's like, oh, why do we have that? You know what I mean?
I think the other aspect of it too is it enables the proliferation of stablecoins allows more folks who probably more crypto natives to operate on a crypto standard, right? Where you actually are somewhat debanked and you're using Bitcoin or using stablecoins as your primary way of living and funding your lifestyle. We're still not quite there yet, right? We're getting closer, but with stablecoins regulated with Stripe implementing them at millions of businesses, like the more progress you get there, you can actually pay for everyday goods. When you can start paying for your groceries with stablecoins, right? Like that's the type of thing where folks can actually be totally on a crypto standard. So it increases the chance of us going in that direction, which is again more for crypto natives. I think part of Stats' point is like, is this going to get new participants into the stablecoin game? That was one part of his point, and the other I think is like, so what does it mean for our bags? A part of me still thinks though that if stablecoins increase by 2 to 3x, if we get to $500 billion, $1 trillion in stablecoins, there's going to be some trickle effect into other crypto native assets. This is such a big move, but it's one of those things where we don't know yet, right? We got to let this play out a bit.
So, exactly. Just like, sometimes you got to let room for the industry to grow and to figure itself out. And I think that stuff like that is important. Like I said, like, it's like before, like, why don't we have rules? And now we're like, why do we have them? So it's always going to be like that. Anyways, Tyler, on the market side, look, brother, we're at this weird place, right? We're like, we're Bitcoin still in it. Actually, right above that range, right? It's just right above the range, the infamous, 90 to 104 range, but it's trading above it. You see, like here, it's like just.
So where's your line?
So it's here. This is the range, right? We said it back then. I mean, back in December. So this is the Darth Maul candle here that set the infamous range that was like deadly, which was between 90.5 and 104.
Okay.
Obviously there was the 2 months here where we traded under it, where people wishing that Kamala was president. And then so we broke above this is essentially the range that people have been talking about. I never changed this line. I just have had it since like December at this stage. And we're above it. We're above it. We keep closing above it. We keep, kind of dumping back to retest it. The question is, Tyler, are we going to go back again to 100K? Let's say 97 to 100K, like a lot of people asking for? Or are we just going to blow it out of the water and finally break through? I mean, last night again, I don't know if you were awake because I think you sleep a little earlier than me. Around like 10:30 p.m., 11, we were coiling. We're at 106 something. Bitcoin all-time high waiting room in the boys chat, and obviously that didn't happen. But you can tell the market's just wanting it, dude.
The market's wanting it. I didn't realize that we were well above your line there. So that seems significant to me. I think my view is we're out of the range. I think we've broken.
I mean, we're trading above it for sure. Yeah, here since that day, since 18th of May, 2 days.
My gut is that we're going to see a new all-time high soon. I think as soon as this week. My gut is Thursday. I'm calling Thursday for new Bitcoin all-time high. I'll be very specific with it. I didn't realize last night these moves. So you're right. I was in bed. I missed. It looks like we went up to 106.
Yeah, dude. Again, like I was talking to Benny Redbeard, and we're like, "Fuck, is this gonna happen?" And then we're just chatting, and I'm just like, "Come on, man, go, you got this." And as soon as it went to like 106.5, I think, boom. It went under 106, like, bruh. So I went to bed. I'm not gonna lie, I was trigger happy last night. I was ready to like just go long in case BTC breaks up, because once it breaks, it's probably gonna have a sharp move to like a few $1,000s. Then obviously sometimes it gets smacked back down. So I was ready. I was waiting for that, and it didn't happen. But it was just funny. I'm just here like coiling. We went to 106.8 last night, right there.
I have a few other thoughts. I think one, it really feels like they're going after leverage traders. So like
they are.
Like look at these huge violent moves. Like
this is insane.
107 back to 103. I think maybe 102.
102. I think yesterday we went to 101. Yeah, 102. 18th of May, and then after this, 19th went to 102. Yeah, twice.
People are coming in. They're putting on their 40, 50x longs.
Oh yeah, they're cleaning the longs. The late longs and the late shorts are just getting wiped both ways.
So I think be very careful with that.
I mean, this is insane PA, right? This whole range here, it's just absurd. I mean, look at this.
And I always remember Mando saying that you get like kind of one final shakeout before the big leg up. So that's kind of stuck with me. A part of me thinks like, are we going to see a wick down to 100 before we go to all time?
Or was this it, right?
That might have been it.
And you got it twice. You got it 3 times. Like, yeah. What was that? May 12th, 106 to, whoa, to 100. Holy shit, I didn't realize that. I forgot about this one. I must have been away. Or I was traveling. That was the day after I was traveling, yeah. And then here. Well, so guys, when do we think all-time high for Bitcoin? Chat, let us know in the comments. I'm very curious what you guys think. So you're calling Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I like your Thursday call. Unless they push on the low liquidity weekend.
Yeah.
Like
there's
Sunday.
A lot of possibilities here.
Yeah. I don't know. It's such a funny one. I would not want to be a day trader here. This is just nuts.
Let's just say the all-time high waiting room is officially open.
Oh, yeah. The all-time high waiting room is open. I mean, look at this. I just love the Bitcoin chart. It's so beautiful.
Looks good.
It's just like, I mean, look at this.
It looks like it's going to go a lot higher here. So.
The fact that we haven't broken down here, like a lot of people are thinking we probably break back down to like the range here in the 90s. The fact that we haven't is pretty bullish. There's some strong support at 104. Let's just put it that way. Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, 20th of May. What's that? What's the 28th? So if someone's calling for next week, for Wednesday, I'm just reading the comments right now. No one's calling Thursday, so Tyler, you're the most optimistic in the chat right now.
All right, I get to claim. I get to claim the whole prize if we hit it on Thursday.
Exactly, you get to claim the prize. Oh man, one thing is, man, this Bitcoin range is deadly to the alts. Like the alts are just like suffering the most. I feel like they're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
It's so brutal. I wanted to have this conversation on underexposed. We can have it a little bit now, but it's like, does this feel like a bull market to you? Like, how are we classifying this 2025 crypto market? Are we still coming out of the short bear?
Was it like an extended, like an accelerated bear we just went through, and now we're about to have another bull run? I don't know. I stopped thinking about that, but yeah.
And I say that because, I mean, Bitcoin, everyone's saying this, like, oh, everyone's depressed and Bitcoin's at all-time high, which is
But
like,
Solana ran from $8, you know? Like Solana had a 3,000% run. So you think the bull ended, then we had an accelerated bear, and then we going to a second leg?
well, that's a part of the golden bull thesis too, right? Is that we have, shorter mini cycles as a part of a longer grind up.
Yeah.
I think Q4 2024 has to have been considered a bull market.
Yeah, I mean, how insane is
New
this?
meta. We had the AI meta come and explode, right? Solana went to 280. We had the Trump coin, which facilitated the bear pullback.
Yeah.
But like since then, since January, there's maybe been a handful of trades. Like Launchcoin was a trade. If you got in decently early, the ecosystem itself has even been a tricky one, right? Because like there's a handful of runners. There's been a lot of bloodbaths too. The Solana meme market has been pretty messy. Like we had Housecoin, really the only decent runner. I guess maybe like there was a handful, like RFC, I guess. You've had a handful of memes go on decent runs, and then they immediately sold off. So there really hasn't been much. I mean, Virtuals has come back. We've seen a little bit of a revival in some of the AI majors. And then, I mean, Fartcoin grinding up, right? That's been a big win off the bottom. But basically, my point is, if you haven't been in like those 3 or 4 trades, you really haven't had much success. I mean, other than just like holding Bitcoin and watching it go up.
I mean, the total 3 is at the same price it was at 1,500 days ago.
Yeah. Which is wild.
When you think about it, it's actually insane. And then the only thing that ran in that quarter were like stuff like Fartcoin that ran it back from 250. Some memes, like where are the memes? You know, we were talking about Popcats and all this stuff. Are they like a lot of memes squeezed and went back up here, but they're back down from that? Like, where's the Murad memes?
Yeah, I didn't even
like we saw a resurgence of memes somehow last week and the week before because we covered it. Mock came back up, Popcat, SPX, all these came back. Housecoin probably is the only one latest runner. Which, by the way, never owned it. But if I were to take a punt, I'd take a punt here.
If you think it's going to survive,
this is where you buy it because it just went to 25 mil. But again, it depends on this guy here. So how's Doge doing?
What happens if we hit all-time high on Thursday? Is everyone going to slam into risk, slam into memes?
Yeah, risk in general, I think. Oh, Sui, yeah, Sui was another one.
Yeah, there's been a handful of good alt trades. I mean, Hyperliquid is up 3x.
Hyperliquid, yeah.
So there's been pockets, and that's like I'd call that a fairly public trade.
Public trade, but sees a lot of people not in it. Here, let me show you this.
I'm not in it anymore.
These.
Grin.
Let me vote on this, actually.
Yeah, I think he said 60%.
So I voted 0 because I'm not in it. And I definitely wish I was. I'm vocally a fan of it. When I think about it, I'm pretty stupid about that, actually.
1,800 votes. That's a pretty good sample size.
So it's not a bad sample size, and we're going to have a much bigger sample. We can revisit tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, it's not a consensus trade. For sure, right? This to me means not consensus. Like 70% of the people have under 10%, 60% at 0. What about his Fartcoin one? Because he just did another one with Fartcoin. I just voted 25%.
Oh wow! Even less public than hype.
You see this? Yeah, I'll retweet that. Let's get some votes going on that one.
Surprises me.
But it doesn't. I'll tell you why. D-Train, very known, famous, vocal Fartcoin. I see he just said the same thing. He just said something. Someone asked on the timeline yesterday, what do you think are the biggest 5x trades out there?
Yeah.
Easiest.
Good
And not
question.
a single person voted Farcoin. So you know how Mando and us we were talking like, hey, is like Farcoin consensus? While I do agree that maybe narrative-wise had become consensus when it pumped 4x, it's not. Like all the homies that I talk to, they don't have Farcoin. Like I'm talking about my homies are like big and bunch of coins.
Yeah. No,
You're
I mean,
probably one of my only close friends that I know is in with me.
I think that's fair. I think in my group chats, like, not that many of the folks are in it.
And see, they chase Launchcoin, right? I'm sure group chats are on the Launch Belief ecosystem,
Mhm.
right? I don't know. It's interesting. I think hype. Does
Yeah.
that mean that hype and Farcoin are not consensus trades?
Hey, so the only thing is like I've seen like I mean ICOB said the top comment that he thinks hype is the only like obvious 5x trade, and I feel like that take even if it's not a consensus trade, I feel like that take is somewhat consensus, which is actually like one of the only things that worries me about hype. That it's like this easy 5x. And like where is hype's FTV? Right, hype's FTV is 25.
It would put it above Solana. It would make it like a top 5.
Solana's 100 billion. 5xing hype would put it at 125. That doesn't really feel realistic to me. Now, if Solana doubles, Solana goes to 200, Hyperliquid would go to 100, maybe makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But with this current picture, I kind of struggle unless Hyper EVM can really come out and start picking up real traction, which we haven't really seen yet. Farcoin was I didn't reply on that thread. I don't really like to be the guy who's just like pushing like Farcoin as a reply guy. But that was that's what I would say. If someone wanted to know what the crypto 5x is, I would still say Farcoin. And my dark horse, people may not like this. I think Launchcoin is a potential 5x. It's not as safe.
Where is it at? Where do I see? Where do I
It's
see it?
40 million.
Does that have its own little website?
I mean, you can see the coin, and I can send you the ecosystem as well.
Launchcoin. Was that $243 million?
Yeah, it's at 15%. I think more notably is like it had its big run, parabolic run last week, right? Hit 360, maybe wicked a little higher, and then it immediately went back to 180, and that's when everyone was already grave dancing on it and saying this is dumb, it's over. But it survived, and it survived in a period where Pasternak, the founder, said, "Hey, we're going to slow down the pace. We need to put some controls in." I believe yesterday they may have come out with a fix for some of the snipers. The bull case is that it survived a slower period. It's kind of grinding back up. And then if he announces something with like how they would introduce like some kind of a flywheel, like how to integrate this Launchcoin token, perhaps like how Virtuals did, either via LP pools or via a reward system, or some kind of using fees for a buyback system, maybe both. I think an announcement like that sends this thing up. That's my personal view. So, in disclosure, I have a decent bag.
I feel like Launchcoin is one of those where you could probably make it 3 to 5x in size. I have none, so I can say that without a bias. Like it's the type of coin where like if you're still thinking there's gonna be an altcoin run, it's probably not gonna be on the alts that you think, like the usual ones. Launchcoin at this stage is kind of an alt. I mean, it is an alt, right? It's a utility coin. It's not really a meme coin anymore, right?
It's a utility coin.
Yeah. So it's
the other big aspect of this past day is like, and I reported on it, 24 of the top 25 coins are in green. So like that
was Goon coin. I get tagged in that a lot.
It's funny that the number one. So Believe app is supposed to be for
and then the number one coin on there is a meme coin.
Yes,
I love that. Yesterday I posted something like, "Oh, Elizabeth Warren and her goons are bad, or like criminal or something," and then everybody started tagging me on this because I used the word goon, but it didn't mean gooning. But I guess that's the one.
Right.
That's hilarious, by the way. Yeah. I mean, if Launchcoin goes to like $1 billion plus, you got to think this goes to 100 mil.
It seems like it's a top meme.
Is this Hims? No, that's another one. Startup. What's that?
I think Startup is also a meme.
Interesting. Is this so? The top two ones are memes.
Net
See,
is
we're never gonna change. Like, that's why that's what I love about this space. It's like
the next 3 or 4 were actual products.
but that's the thing, right? Nobody buys a third or fourth, right? Like, like, like I'm gonna buy the top one, like Launchcoin, and I'm gonna buy the top meme coin, and I'm not gonna look again.
Well,
Right?
and here's why.
That's me.
Because, and part of the rationale there is like if you think that Pashnak and team are going to continue bringing
Exactly.
new founders,
You buy Launch.
it's riskier to hold the top current product.
Exactly.
There could be a better one, but
because it's not Pasternak's product. I'm buying Pasternak's product, not a derivative of Pasternak. And by the way, I don't mean it's a derivative, but it's like it derivates. It comes out of its platform.
Right, yeah.
Like I'm not buying the virtuals coin, virtual protocol. Like, I'm not buying the 10th fucking AI slop launch virtuals. I'm buying virtuals.
The best. I mean, AI XBT was technically the best trade in virtuals, but it was safer just to play virtuals than to play any of the AI agents that came.
And this run up again, we forgot to mention, virtuals has been one of the top gainers in this last run up.
It flipped Fartcoin. It's back #1 in the AI.
Absolutely.
Board.
Absolutely. We can't even. But so there's been quite a few trades, dude. Like I know you mentioned Housecoin and stuff. So there's been Launchcoin, there's been virtuals, there's been Fartcoin, there's been hype, obviously Bitcoin. There's been a few like good. I mean Pepe 2x. That's big because that's like it put on like it went from 3 bill to like 6 bill.
Yeah.
So that's and by the way, we're talking about a 2x with like size. You could have infinite money into Pepe, and you could TWAP it out without fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting conversation. I think cycles did change maybe.
But compared to November, December, where you had like the entire AI board going up multiples.
Oh, yeah. You could close your eyes and buy a coin. It was
the whole Murad list went 5 to 10x. So it was much easier. So we're not there yet by any stretch.
Yeah.
The question is that are we going to unlock that at Bitcoin all-time high?
Yeah, you're right. Fuck, you got me hyped up about this Launchcoin shit. It feels like I missed a dip. We'll see. I should have some liquidity in case we get another smackdown. Because if Bitcoin goes down to like even just 99K or like 100K, people are gonna like
get whacked,
freak out. You know that. Like and the worst thing is that 100K Bitcoin to me sounds like a dream. Like wow. And to most people, it'll sound like the end of the world. Anyways, in other news, Tyler, I know you got some serious news that we can go to. We do have breaking news that I wanna go through. It just in. This just in.
All right.
It's just in. Rug Radio. Breaking news.
Malay shuts down Argentina unit investigating crypto scandal Libra.
What?
I mean, yeah, this just in 10:32 a.m. fresh off the press 7 minutes ago. Tyler, I was gonna ask your thoughts, but I kind of just got your live reaction.
Wow. And I mean, his sister was involved, right? So like there was
fuck them both, dude. I mean, fuck his sister and fuck him.
That's bad.
Shuts down the unit. I mean, that doesn't mean that the DOJ is not gonna keep going at it, right? In America is gonna go at this, but in Argentina, that crime stays legal.
That's very messy.
Is that pun intended? Dude, that was it.
Indeed.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I like that. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
We investigated ourselves and found we did nothing wrong. Let's just say I've heard some crazy shit about this case. And I think the news is gonna come out, and I think a lot of people are in trouble.
I mean, we need.
I do invite people to not lose hope in that, because I think some people are about to be taken through the fucking meat grinder here legally.
I think so too. I think it's hard to know when, because these are I think
these cases take forever. Yeah,
right. Like the NFTs,
it could be 3 years
prosecuted in 2 to 3 years afterwards. Right.
Yeah.
So it may not be this year, but I agree that that's coming.
There is some people that are in trouble. And by the way, I invite people to not forget the people involved in this. Meteora, enemy public #1. If you still use Meteora, just know that there's some of the people that sent us into this accelerated bear market, and they're to blame. Ben Chow's a criminal. Hayden Davis and his goons, criminals. I'm not even saying criminals as a hyperbole. They are criminals. They stole from you, from me, from us. So don't forget the people that push this when every time something like this happens. But yeah, this is pretty disappointing. But hey, what do we expect, right? It's his country, his rules, I guess. I just really hope that the US, the DOJ doesn't let this one go. And I don't think they will.
It's just another black eye, right? It's just like, people already had this view that crypto is all a scam. And then now you've got the leader of Argentina shutting down an investigation into what was a real scam that impacted a lot of people. And it's just a really bad look. But I think that the DOJ, as you mentioned, they're going to go after this. So we'll still.
They will. Oh, they will. They will. They will. They will. They will. They're definitely going to be taken to court here. But I thought that was really fucked up. Like I just read that and it's kind of pissed me off. It's not a worry. Someone asking, is it a worry that Believe uses meteor? No, it's the biggest at the end of the day. It's just don't forget that the founder was involved in Trump, Melania. I mean, the guy's probably made over $1 billion. I probably extracted $1 billion from the trenches. But it would be great to see all these people being taken accountable. And that doesn't mean that crime season is on, y'all. That's in Argentina. Y'all are gonna go to prison in USA or in El Salvador. Be careful. They're not fucking around. Anyways, Tyler, what else was big here? Feels like there was a few things.
I just sent you another somewhat breaking news from
I saw that, dude. I saw that one before the right as the show started.
Wow, I didn't see this. Just like if we need another kick in the teeth.
Arkham alert. Ethereum co-founder Jeffrey Wilkie just sent $262 million of ETH to Kraken. I mean, can these guys just stop? Like, do you have to send, like, can you just send like $10 million chunks?
That's a lot.
Like, do you have to press send on $262 million transaction? Like, do you just have to do that to alert all the Arkham stuff? Like, can you set a bot? I don't know. Like, what is he doing? You think he's gonna stake it?
Yeah, I mean, why would
he's either staking it on Kraken because we know they have good staking services, or he's going to dump it on our faces.
Do we know how much he has?
Is he out? Like, are these people ever running out of ETH, bro?
It seems like it's a lot. I'm trying to search this live. I mean, if this is like 20% of his portfolio and he's moving some off.
Oh, don't worry. He's just staking them on Kraken. I know. I have the same hopium here for me, right?
ChatGPT is telling me as of May 20th, he holds approximately 106,000 ETH.
What's that?
Which is basically how much he sent here.
105K. Yeah, so that's all his ETH.
He sent all of his ETH to Kraken.
So hold on. So maybe, just maybe, this is to stake it.
It doesn't make sense.
Or that person is not feeling safe anymore, given the latest slew of attacks on crypto founders with known wallets, and wants to custody it safely, right?
That makes sense. I mean, you really don't want a public wallet with that much capital in it in 2025.
Dude, the amount of mental gymnastics you're not going through right now is crazy, bro. Like, it's just
this one clip sending it all in one transaction is just wild. I guess that's the power of the crypto and the blockchain is you can just send $262 million for what was his fees on that? He paid 3 Gwei. So he paid 16 cents to send 200.
This is you and I right now.
This is one of my favorite videos. So kudos. Very
oh my god.
Live look at us.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I've been wanting to enter ETH long finally.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm gonna get a chance, Tyler.
Well, Mano had me bulled up. I entered a small one and I already got liquidated on it. I was like 40x. It was.
I'm talking about a 3x long with like large size. I'm always
looking pretty safe, I think.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do it more. Like I'm talking 3 to 4x. Like 4x puts your liquidation under 2K. 3x puts it like 1730, something like that, 1700. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we like your little DGen plays here, Tyler. We like your the DGen plays. Anyway, so these were 2 back-to-back breaking news. On that front, what did you have that you already had here, Tyler? What's whatever happened yesterday?
Yeah, a couple other macro stories. Jamie Dimon. So his notoriously like hates Bitcoin, hates crypto. He finally announced yesterday that Chase is going to offer its clients access to Bitcoin purchases, despite his skepticism. This came at the JP Morgan Annual Investor Day. Said we're going to allow you to buy it. They will facilitate Bitcoin purchases and include them in client statements. They will not provide custody services. So I'm a little confused on exactly what this means. So you're going to be able to buy it, but not custody. So maybe that's going to be like via ETFs, I guess. So we need to unpack exactly what that means. He said that his personal views have not changed. And he's still very concerned over illicit activities, but he likened it to, he doesn't approve of smoking, but he agrees with your right to smoke. And that's how he's comparing your right to buy Bitcoin. So it's a little bit funny. The rhetoric is a little bit out there for this one, but I do think this is one of the biggest new trends happening is banks allowing their customers to buy and hold crypto. So I'm very curious how this is going to be operationalized. Because like me personally, like I bank at Chase, so like I'm very interested in this. But I want to know exactly what it means. And like if they're not going to custody it, like, so that means you're not going to get real Bitcoin. You're going to have to get some other version of it, I'm guessing. So I'm interested to learn more. And then the other one was out of Bybit. So on the opposite side, so in the crypto world, Bybit became the first exchange to offer global stock trading, the first major crypto exchange, rather. So now 78 global stocks are included in this. It's going to be used with the base of USDT, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Meta. All the big ones are going to be in there. It looks like it utilizes this trading model called contracts for difference. It's going to allow users to speculate on stock price movements without owning the underlying assets. So it's like they're basically synthetic stocks. It's going to be a part of their Bybit Gold and FX suite on their MetaTrader 5 platform, where you can also have access to gold, oil, indices, and Forex. Looks like the fees are fairly low, 0.04 USDT. Oh, wait, 0.04 USDT per share. So it's a little higher, minimum of $5 USDT fees per transaction. So
this guy's face in the studio, dude.
I'm late. I'm sorry.
This guy's face. I just saw you pop into the studio where Tyler was talking. This is the face of that guy that's about to dump 106,000 ETH. That's the face he's making. The co-founder of Ethereum just moved 106,000 ETH to Kraken, Mando.
Wow.
That's the face. He's like this too. He's like,
here we go again.
We were just talking about that, and we were trying to make bullish cases for it.
How much is 106,000 ETH?
262 million United States dollarinos.
I mean, here's what it is. He dies.
Hey, our bullish case is that one, he may be staking it using Kraken services, and two, he's scared of getting kidnapped, so he's just custodying it with somebody else. You're muted. But that's our bullish case.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
And also, by the way, Amando, in other breaking news, Milei shut down the crypto unit of investigation in Argentina.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. So that was the other breaking news. And
Did
Tyler
the internal investigation get anywhere? Did we get to the bottom of that?
The Jupiter and Meteora units, I think, have been shut down way longer. than the
I'm really waiting for the results of that internal investigation. I've been on tenterhooks. Investigation
yeah.
found no crime.
Yeah, So it seems like there's only $20 million of daily volume for ETH on Kraken, so it's going to take him a while to tee you up out of that one. Just quickly, the code today, rafflebot.xyz, we put on the screen a few times. Another reason to watch this show on video. What's the code? I know Sims wrote it to us. DeFi. Code is DeFi. DEFI. DEFI is the code. No, the code is not Malay. The code is DeFi. And you can win some money. So yeet.com. Use our code FOMO hour, place the bet, and make sure your account is public. And then you're going to have a chance to make some money. So anyways, DeFi is called DEFI. Tyler, you were taking us through the news for Bybit. So another institution being able to buy stocks, like we talked about, right? This is going to be one of the biggest applications of crypto, buy stocks. I'm interested what comes out of it. Looks like there's Solana Accelerate this week, but also AVAX is a big event in London at the moment. So two big, L1s having events. Usually people tend to keep the news for those moments. So I'm excited to see. I think it's going to be a good week for crypto. It'd be nice if we hit all-time highs. Mendo, when do you think Bitcoin hits all-time highs? We were playing that game earlier, and people were giving their guesses. Tyler has Thursday. Most of the chat had Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would happen yesterday, if I'm honest.
Same.
I'm
Same.
surprised it didn't. Yeah, we've kind of gone back down again today. We're going to be flirting with this level for a little bit longer, it feels like. Wow, the market doesn't look that great. Suddenly, what happened to all our coins? It's over?
Well, that's what we were saying. It's like it's very weird. You have Bitcoin making this huge run, and like nothing else.
Yeah, everything's waiting.
Has really happened. There's been a few pockets.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of worry about Japan at the moment, like broadly, in terms of like risk appetite. But yeah, it does surprise me. Like market not looking so great.
Damn. So it's over?
I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying altcoins don't look so good. I guess Solana had that. So this is the first time I looked at the market. So Solana got its ETFs rejected, didn't it? So
Delayed, right?
Yeah. It didn't read so well, though. Did you read it?
I missed that headline. I didn't see it. I saw it in your minutes, but I didn't see it anywhere else.
Yeah, they were delayed 5 ETFs, and they said they talked about market manipulation.
Damn.
They gave like specific reasons for like why no for Solana, which I thought was strange.
Interesting.
So, and then now one of the co-founders, is about to rug it.
One last dip. This is the dip, y'all. This is the dip. There's going to be one more. All dips are for buying. Code is DeFi. Raffleball.xyz. My vaporous dog shit is losing value in relation to Bitcoin. It must be over. It's so funny. It definitely is. Hey, Bitcoin's still above the range, man. Though, so we're vibing.
Yeah, I'm fine with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's
study Fartcoin relative strength and brand coins together. Ovi invented a new meta. Did you guys see that?
I'm just saying this. Yeah, the first ever brand coin.
The first ever brand coin. So
brand coins are looking strong today.
Yeah, brand coins looking good here.
Brand coin cup and handle.
Yeah, brand coin cup and handle. A trillion rack to the dream. Anyways, should we do the giveaway? I feel like we kind of went over everything, right, Tyler? Unless I missed something, but we had a good conversation.
We covered it.
About Genius Act and all that good stuff. So let's give away some money. All right. Good luck, Diego. Diego wants me to wish him good luck. I'll wish you good luck, Diego. All right. Let's give away some moolah. Can Jeffrey just one clip it or something?
What happened yesterday? Did you guys win?
Yeah, $1,000.65. He hit Bitcoin and Ethereum in coin race, and Bitcoin hit. Mesito Car.
There you go.
There we go. Nakamigos. Mesito Car. Congratulations. Get your ass on stage if you want to make some money. Let's go, baby.
This Nakamigos. This is like a simpler time.
Dude, remember Nakamigos? That was a simpler time. Did they go to like 2 ETH?
I think they went to 1.
I think it was 2 ETH. Oh no, it was 1 ETH. Sorry, they never went to 1 ETH because someone said they would eat their own poop if they hit or something like that. And then it went to 0.92 or something.
Yeah.
What up, Mesito? What's up, Carlitos?
Yo.
How you doing?
What's up? I'm feeling great, man.
Nakamigos looking good here.
Yeah, of course.
Carlitos, are you watching us on video or are you on audio?
I will turn it on. Wait a second.
Okay, so we should do lamb chop today, right? It's been a
Yeah,
while.
I can see.
You know the rules, or do you want me to take you through them?
I know.
Oh, you know the rules. All right, so we're gonna play some lamb chop. So first of all, congratulations, you already made $500. So one thing is for sure, you just made $500. Congratulations on that. You're gonna get 2 runs here of $250 each, and you're just gonna have to tell me when to stop. Every single little circle I press is a different multiplier where you make some money. First and foremost, Carl, what difficulty do you want this on? Easy, medium, hard, very hard, or death wish?
Go easy.
Okay, we're gonna go easy first. So here's your first run. $268. Do you want to cash out or go to 297?
Go.
297 or 332?
Go for it.
Let's go. Oh, dude, killing it. 332 or 374?
Go.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck, dude, let's go. 372 or 424?
Let's cash this out. This one.
No! I'm gonna cash it out for you, but I'm just saying.
No, he had a good board.
I'm gonna cash it out because that's what you requested. But I'm just saying, I feel like you're gonna regret that one. Let's see.
Oh!
I knew it. I called it. You would have made $5,000.
Never seen that.
No way.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh no. That is brutal.
Crazy.
Holy shit, man.
Let's run it back.
That one hurts.
I mean, it would have been hard to go all the way.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was just like, it was too good. Miss Carlitos, I'm sure
We
you
had
take
the
bigger
feeling, we
risks
had
than
the
shit
feeling.
coins.
Yeah, there wasn't even a ruffle in the bushes.
I'm sure this motherfucker takes bigger risks than shit. He's about to go like $1,000, the most random shit coin right now. All right,
Yeah,
well, look,
holding
it's
Nakamigos
okay.
song was a bigger risk.
Oh, man. All right, well, listen,
Damn.
you just made $375 from that at least. So that means you already made $875. So that's for sure. All right. You have another run. Which difficulty do you want it on? Easy, medium, hard, very hard, or death wish?
Go one more easy.
One more easy. So by
That's
the
fine.
way, for the people listening, this is proof that you can make that 5K coming on the show. Oh, all right, let's go. Okay,
You can make a lot more on hard.
And what about death wish? Okay, 2 in a row. I have a good feeling this guy's about to be blessed. Let's see. All right, 268. Do you want to keep going?
Go.
297.
Go.
332.
Go.
37. Okay, let's go.
Go.
Okay. Yes. Dude, this man is blessed. Okay, 45.
Go one more.
You gotta keep, brother. You've already made $875, bro. Do you want to
Okay, let's go.
See? You're killing it.
One more.
Yes. Are we going?
Man, I don't feel this one. To be honest. Nah, cash it.
No. Are you sure you want to cash it?
Man, I feel like this one is gonna be dead.
I'm gonna give you 3 more seconds to think. Like we have to play the game. Hold on. Do you remember Who Wants to Be a
Is that your
Millionaire?
final
What was it?
decision? Is that your final
Yeah,
decision? It's like who wants to be a millionaire?
Carlitos, is this your final decision?
Yeah, I'm casting out. I'm sorry.
All right. Again. No. Again.
It would have gone all the way.
Oh my God.
This man's
Fuck you,
blessed.
man.
He could have won $8,000.
me.
What?
Mando wins again.
It would have been hard to go. Losing on the last one is diabolical too.
Carlitos, regardless of
I
that,
mean, it's 1,500 for free, so
regardless
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that,
this
exactly.
is one of our better wins.
Regardless of that, you do go away today with $1,500. So congratulations.
yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
On the flip side, you could have died on the first, like that one time. The guy died twice on easy. First run.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mando wins again. No regrets, though. No regrets. Congratulations. You made $1,500. And with that, we will see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.